It's the Mark and HooGie Show, featuring this week's guest, Danny Worsnop of Asking Alexandria.
Hey, what's up? It is the Mark and HooGie Show. Yes, thank you for joining us, and I am super pumped for today's guest. I don't know what you did, HooGie. I don't know how you did it, but this is why we decided to do this show, was to be able to use those connections, and you've pulled a big one today.
I'm still amazed that people answer my messages, you know. So yeah, it's great. Yeah. We're pretty excited. We got Danny on the show from Asking Alexandria.
Danny Worsnop from Asking Alexandria. Now, you guys, you did a tour last year. It was like Shinedown and Asking Alexandria and Papa Roach.
I feel like we did that like 3 or 4 times. Like, I feel like throughout the Attention record, we were, you know, I would say the most of the shows we did on that album cycle was with Asking. Great, amazing bunch of guys, band and crew. So pretty stoked to have Danny on the show.
Absolutely. Danny Worsnop of Asking Alexandria. Let's get to it.
Hi.
How you doing, buddy?
Hello. I'm good. It's been a stressful and exciting day. I just got done at the vet with this one who's pregnant.
Congratulations.
Nice. Yeah, there are 5 kittens in there that are going to be out in the next 7 days.
Oh, 7 days.
Well, that's amazing. Congratulations.
Yeah, congrats.
Thank you. I'm going to be a grandfather. It's very exciting.
Any names?
The ripe old age of 29. No, yeah, we're gonna see what they look like. She's a Bengal, so we're hoping there's some crazy color ones. That'll be cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well,
so what's going on, guys?
Dude, thank you for joining.
You said the show's just about cats?
Yes, it's all about cats. We got tabbies and
hairless.
Yeah. Oh yeah, those hairless ones. Yeah. Yeah. It's we should just do a whole show about cats, and I guarantee it'll probably get more views than this show, even, because those cat people are serious.
Pets.
Yeah.
Musicians and their pets.
Look at this. You're coming up with great ideas.
Yeah.
You should make your next Asking Alexandria album, or even your next solo album. Maybe you just make a whole song about cats, cat purrs, and it's
you cannot prove that my songs haven't been about that thus far.
True. They don't want what we want, huh? The cats don't want what we want.
They're stubborn little fuckers.
The cat is an anti-socialist. Fuck. Wow, It's all making sense now. It's all about cats.
Let's talk. Let's just talk. Speaking of that record, though, let's just talk for a second about how I just somehow wrote the theme tune to 2020 with that album. I wrote the soundtrack to 2020.
You really did.
Dude.
You really did.
It's
no idea.
At least you guys were able to release it, though. I mean, like, obviously digitally, but I know a lot of people have kind of just pushed back their albums till who knows when, right? And you guys kind of said, fuck it. No, we're releasing it anyway.
We were asked to do that, and we were asked about how we felt about it, but I think we were aware early on that it was, hey, I know they're saying that this is probably going to be free and clear by the end of spring, but let's be honest. The chances of that are on at best 50-50. It's like, are we willing to take the risk and push it back? And then it's kind of, we've set the precedent, like, okay, if it's not out of the clear, we're going to push it back again. It's like, what if this goes on for a year? What if this goes on for 2 years? What if this is a Spanish flu situation? And it's just, this is like just a period of time for our generations. Right. And it's, how many times are we going to push the record back? It's like, just put it out. It's going to hurt the sales a little bit, but at the end of the day, we made this album to put it out. Just get it out into the world. We can make another one. We'll make another one and we'll tour that.
Well, it's not like you guys had kind of had it done for a while already anyway. So then to push it back even more,
exactly,
it's like shit. Like, it's already a year old. right? And then what do you do then? Yeah, like you said, you can't just keep pushing it back. It's like you just can't do it. You sooner or later got to release it, right? So
yeah, I did that with Shades of Blue. I had that for almost 2 years before it came out, and by the time it came, I remember the day it came out, I started submitting songs for the next record. So it was like I sent the first batch through that day, and the label were like, this one's only just come out. I was like, yeah, but I recorded it 2 years ago. Like, I'm ready to work on new stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't like holding on to music like that, and I don't intend on doing. I'd like to get even worse with it. So it's like just forget albums and just be like, cool, I wrote a song, put it out next week. And then they had a panic attack because they're like, we don't have long enough to do a campaign. And I'm like, I don't care. It's Instagram. Do a paid promotion.
Yeah. I must say though, like, I didn't think you guys would, like, I was like, there's no way they're going to be able to outdo the self-titled, and yet somehow you did it. And I'm like, holy shit, they did it. I was wrong, and I shouldn't have doubted you. I guess I shouldn't have doubted you. But it was like that self-titled is just so good. There was not one bad song on it, and I'm like, how are they gonna top this? But you managed to, man.
We worked very hard on it, and I think we've approached every album with like a, hey, throw out the rule book. Let's just start from scratch. What do we want this one to sound like? If we made the band today, what would we want it to sound like? Not what did the last one sound like? Not what do the fans expect? Not what does radio want? It's just, if we started this band day one right now, what would we want it to sound like? And we've been fortunate enough where every time we've done that, people have talked a bunch of shit on the internet for 3 months and then realized like, hey, I actually quite like this. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Because people did the same with this album, right? It's like people were like, oh, they sold out this and that, and it's like, no, not really. Like, they're just writing what they want to write, and you're already getting play on the radio. So to say like, oh, they're just writing these songs to get play on the radio, you're already getting play on the radio. Like you don't need to do. You're already past that, and the radio is going to play your songs, whether they're quote radio friendly or not, because you've established yourself as a band that can be played on the radio and a band that has a huge fan base.
Yeah, I mean, when people say that stuff, they always reference back to the first album. They're like, well, that album didn't get any hate. It's like, yeah, because no one listened to it. I distinctly remember we sold about 1,000 copies of it. We weren't enough people to talk shit. But it's also, and this is something that I like to remind people, it's like, we're all very good at what we do. We understand this industry. We understand how it works. We understand radio. We understand all of that. If we were gonna sell out, I'd like to think we'd do a better job of it. Like, if we were gonna sell out, we'd be number one in a week because we just do what we know would go number one in a week.
Right. And you'd write a song that would cross over to pop and country. You know what I mean? Other genres.
Yeah. I could pick up a guitar and play whatever that song would be to you right now.
Yeah.
It's the same 4 chords that are in every other one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to think we'd be better at it if we were gonna sell out. I think I'm very happy and very, very proud that the us doing what we love and doing what we want to do is being received so well and is getting the success and the recognition that it is. And while we don't go for it, it feels good.
Well, and I think people forget as you get older, your preferences change, your music styles change, just everything changes, right? Everything in life, and I've realized it, especially now that I had a kid. I'm like, oh my God, like things have changed even more. But you're not 17 anymore. You're not 18 anymore. Right? So obviously things are going to change, and you just gotta accept that. I think it's not like you went from a metal band to all of a sudden it's like, oh fuck, now we're doing, I don't know, some Japanese pop music, or and
our next record has a lot more songs about back pain.
It's real and it's nothing to joke about,
Speaking of Asian pop groups, not a segue that I thought I'd ever make. apparently, and this was just brought to my attention on the internet a while back. Apparently, the gigantic K-pop band BTS apparently got one of their songs from Sony BMG, and it was written by me and the other guys in Harlot. And we had no idea. We never got the call like, "Hey, this enormous K-pop band wants to use a song you wrote. How do you feel about that?" We just got the writing credits, and then someone screenshotted it on YouTube and sent it to us. Like, "Is this real?" I was like, "It's on their YouTube, so I think so."
I guess so.
Yeah,
All
just
right.
songwriters: Danny Worsnop, Jeff George, and Bruno Agra.
Well, as long as the money goes into your account, I guess it's like, all right, well,
Right?
thank you, I think.
I think I paid off my publishing advance in about a month, which was great. But it was also, so here's one thing that's bugged me. I have no idea what song it is that I wrote because it's in Korean. They've translated it. I have no idea which song it even was.
You know, speaking of Harlot, I know you kind of talked about releasing some stuff this year. What's going on with that, man?
Well, Jeff George was supposed to be, I'm going to Miami this weekend. I'm doing a couple photo shoots, and Jeff George has a house down there by a gallery that he has. It's beautiful old guitars, old cars, old amps. It's called Walt Grace Vintage on Instagram, I believe. He was going to fly down there and meet me there, and then we were going to come back up to Jacksonville, where I live, and work on the new record. Well, we were going to write and record the entire thing. He's still stuck in Detroit. He forgot it was Father's Day, so he's there with his family. So on July 1st, he's flying here, and over the course of the next probably 12 days from there, we are going to write and record new Harlot music, which now that touring is off the cards for everyone, I have no red tape in the way, so it'll be out as soon as it's finished.
Nice.
Also gives you time to have baby kitties.
Yeah. I should be able to get the smell out by the time he arrives.
All right, we're gonna come back really quick. We got to take a break. We're gonna come back, play a quick game of Would You Rather with Danny Worsnop.
It's the Mark and HooGie Show.
Homegrown Boone's Bourbon, founded by American singer-songwriter Tyler Boone from the Striped Pig Distillery in Charleston, South Carolina. It's 117% proof, 75% corn, 21% rye, and 4% barley. True American-made bourbon, aged in brand new American white oak charred barrels. Order a bottle online today. DrinkBoonesBourbon.com. Will soon be available in Edmonton, Canada, and in Europe.
Why leave the house to go shopping when you can buy from your couch? BuyFromYourCouch.com strives to give their customers unique quality products and service at the absolute best price. Choose from one of their fashionable and washable masks and keep yourself and others safe. Plus, check out their top quality shirts, bar supplies, and more. Just visit BuyFromYourCouch.com.
Conquer Rides and Rods, Canada's largest aftermarket V-twin parts retailer for Harley-Davidson and Indian motorcycles. We also carry the latest biker clothing lines and accessories. Free Canadian shipping on orders over $50. Meeting or beating all Canadian online pricing. Check out Conquer.ca. That's Conquer with a K. Instagram at Conquer Rides and Rods.
Bestronix Pro Audio, providing high-end and durable audio cables for the professional musician. All cables are custom made to order and manufactured right in the USA using premium components. Check out our custom pedal board and rack builds. Visit best-tronics.com and don't forget to follow us on our socials.
Visit us online at themarkandhoogieshow.com.
Hey guys, how you doing? Mark and HooGie Show. Welcome back. We got Danny here. We're going to do the Would You Rather segment of today's show. So, Danny, this is always a fun one on the show. Would you rather have a permanent splinter, or sliver, I should say, a permanent sliver underneath your big toe, or a permanently bad haircut?
Well, I've spent the last 29 years with the latter. I think I fear that I may have been given this question in a previous life already. I think I chose the second one.
All right.
Would you rather have to fight 100 pigeon-sized zebras or one zebra-sized pigeon?
Well, I definitely take the 100 zebras. The one pigeon, as confident as I am in my combat abilities, it can fly.
Yeah.
So
And
all it's got to do is grab a hold of me and get me up, and then just
Yeah.
let go, and it's
Good
game
call.
over.
Good
But
call.
I mean, there's those zebras. I could just jump on them.
Stomp on them.
I mean,
Yeah.
this is me assuming it's a fight to the death. I guess I could punt them if it wasn't.
So,
Yeah.
alrighty. So, would you rather never be able to go out during the daytime or never be able to go out during the night? You only go out one day or night.
Well, I don't really go out anyway. But I suppose, see, I go to bed early and I wake up I wake up early for a musician. So I want to say day, but then all concerts are at night.
Can't go out.
So I suppose I could do matinees and just do the daytime.
That would be great.
I can't be up all
Not
night. I
though.
lose my mind.
Would matinees not be amazing?
Yeah.
Like, and then you got the rest to get it over with
no.
at, say, noon, and then you got the rest of the day.
I have for years had this idea, and I've got to be way further along in my career because I need to be able to afford to take a lot of days off, and or be on a jet. I want to do the Home by 9 tour.
I love it.
Where everyone's home by 9 o'clock.
So, yes,
that would be great.
Yes.
But the thing is, like, it'd have to be Saturdays and Sundays because obviously people are at work. Unless it was just an evening with, and it's like I go on it. Yeah, you see people get off work at like people. Yeah, it'd have to be Saturdays and Sundays.
Well, you start at 7. Just play 7 to 9. There you go. Done.
True.
I don't know.
Well, no, because you can't be home then.
You got to be home by 9.
You need time to get out of the show and get home by 9 o'clock.
Right. So yeah.
Dinner show.
I'm gonna play 5 until 7.
It could be like a dinner show.
I mean, I'm okay with just weekend shows, to be quite honest. Selfishly, you know, I wake up at 5 a.m.
I did it for a year. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did only weekends for a year, and I flew to them all. It was amazing.
Oh, yeah. That's the dream. Would you rather sound like a cow mooing every time you laugh, or a chicken every time you scream?
Well, you heard my first couple records?
Oh, well.
I'd probably take the cow one because I love comedy a lot, and I also like fucking with people. So, like, going to comedy clubs is one of my absolute favorite things to do in the world, and I would get so much attention. One,
yeah.
But also, like, it would screw with people so much. Just me mooing throughout the show.
Yeah, it'd be a great party trick too. Like, you go to a party and it's like, hey,
Yeah.
here's Danny. Look, he can moo. Yeah.
So, already.
Fuck a moo anyway.
So, would you rather only be able to wear sweatpants the rest of your life, or only wear chaps on stage?
This is a stupid question. Has anyone ever picked chaps?
Right?
You never know, man.
I feel like that's like, would you rather like get to wear sweatpants for the rest of your life or have to wear chaps? People want to wear sweatpants. Sweatpants are comfy.
Yes. Yeah. Those Lululemon sweatpants, I know, I've been told it's like they're incredible.
You've been told?
Yes, I've been told that they're incredible.
Honestly, Mark, how many pairs do you have?
I do not have it. No, I refuse to spend $100 on a pair of sweatpants, but I've been told that it's well worth the $100
So
for those sweatpants.
What if you were bargain shopping and you saw a pair on the shelf?
100%. I'd buy them. Yes.
What's the most
Even
you
if
pay? What's the most you pay?
Probably $70. So which
that doesn't even have to be a big sale.
Right, that $30, you know, I can't, I don't know. Anyways, all right, and last one, would you
That's like a Labor Day sale. Like
Yeah.
there's probably about 7 of those a year.
Our problem is we're in Canada, so you got to ship it here. There's duty, taxes.
Duty.
True.
Yeah. Would you rather? There you go. See, like... And would you rather be invisible or be able to fly? You can only choose one.
Can I turn the invisibility off?
Yeah.
How fast can I fly?
Like a peregrine falcon.
Would he be?
How fast is that?
Very fast. Very fast.
Would he be home by 9 after his show?
I mean, it'd be convenient for those times. Yes.
You see, probably fly, but I've always toyed with. I say toyed with like it's ever been an option. The idea of invisibility, because, well, younger me for teenage reasons, but then it's also like it'd make getting around shows super easy. Then I was also like, I could take so much money from banks, because sometimes I'm basically I live in a state of might be real life, so I'm constantly like, if I'm in a bank, I'm like casing the joint like I'm in Ocean's 11 or some shit. Like when I'm in casinos, I try and like avoid the cameras for some reason. like I'm about to rob the place.
Oh man!
So invisibility has been on my mind a little bit with that, but I suppose with flight, I mean, what are they going to do? You could just grab it and then fly off. I'd probably take flight.
Flight, yeah. I think I do flight too. It's just the freedom
than invisibility.
Yeah,
I think invisibility would be fun.
Is it though?
It'd be fun, but none of your friends would trust you. If I had a friend who could turn invisible,
yeah,
I would 100% always suspect them of doing things or looking at things that I'm doing or looking.
Right. Well, and then you'd never be able to do anything yourself. Yes. I'd be worried that the dude is in my house, like spying on me.
Exactly.
Or something,
yeah,
right?
I have terrible friends.
Yeah. It's funny because they say the same about you, that you're the terrible.
That's why they would never they would never approve of me being able to go invisible. Like, Dad, no, he's going to write messages inside the shower when we're in it.
There you go. It's Would You Rather, the Danny Worsnop edition on the Mark and HooGie Show. All right, we're going to come back quickly. We got some listener questions for you.
The Mark and HooGie Show.
Guitar gifts for you. A personalized guitar strap. They're embroidered, affordable, and professional looking for that electric, acoustic, classical, or even bass guitar player. All guitar straps sold are genuine Levy's products. And they're all fully adjustable. GuitarGiftsForYou.com. That's guitargifts, the number 4, the letter U.com.
WB Gear. We are determined to help get artist endorsement and the gear you need. Featuring brands such as SIT Strings, Prestige Guitars, Bestronic Pro Audio, Rev Amplification, Guitar Gifts for You, Neat Audio, Big Ben's Nut Sauce, Intune Guitar Picks, Mental Case Inc., Rockstock Pedals, and Barefoot Buttons. New artists can apply at WBGear.com today.
Rev Amplification is committed to innovation, tone, and service. Check out the new Alpha Series, the all-new G20 and D20, as well as our great line of pedals. The plan from the start with the G Series pedals was to recreate the tone of our amplifiers. You can pick that up in one of the 3 options, the G2, G3, and G4 pedals, and they're available today over at RevAmplification.com.
The meanest beard products in the world. HooGie here, and I gotta tell you, I've been utilizing the meanest beard product in the world for some time right now. It's helped my beard come in full, luscious, and, well, what more can I say? Save 15% using the meanest beard discount code MB15MH. Find us on the web at meanbeardco.com.
Adventure Mystic is Mystic, Connecticut's premier paddle sports destination, featuring bike, kayak, and paddleboard rentals, sunrise, sunset, and full moon paddle events, kayak and paddleboard lessons, tours, and private parties, paddleboards, skateboards, snowboards, and so much more. Now shipping anywhere in North America. Order online at adventuremystic.com and follow us on Instagram and Facebook.
It's the Mark and HooGie Show.
Hey, we're back. It's the Mark and HooGie Show. Danny Worsnop from Asking Alexandria is our special guest today. And it's time to go to the mailbox. You can ask Danny Worsnop a question. We've had people send in some video questions, Danny. So we're going to go to our first question right now. Here we go.
What's up, guys? My question for Danny is, now that you're living in North America, what are some of the favorite things you like to do now compared to growing up in the UK?
Great question. I feel like you have to say that when you start doing interviews. So great question. That's just a fun observation I've made over the years. Great question. Well, I moved over here very young. I was 17. We played our first ever show here. So for all intents and purposes, Asking Alexandria started in the US. Like, we met in the UK, and then we came over here and wrote and played and recorded in the US. So I've definitely done all of my outside of vertically growing. I've done all of my growing up here because I was an idiot, because I was a teenager. And if you can find me a teenager who hasn't made a boatload of bad decisions, I'm sure you a liar. Maybe a boring person. I don't know. So I did all my growing up here, but I think most of the pastimes and hobbies that I've gotten and developed and enjoyed have all been stuff here. Because when I was in England, I was broke, and I mean, I got out of high school, and then I was sleeping under a bed station trying to do college. So there was really nothing like my hobby was stabbed. Whereas now, I mean, we do a bunch of stuff. I predominantly play music. I take photos too. I built this room, and the lights are off, so I don't know if you'll be able to see it. This is the control room in my studio that I built into the house. So I work out of here, and I write and produce my own music. And then I'm producing for other bands and doing that. We obviously do photo shoots and all that stuff. Outside of that, hobby-wise, I work out every day and then hang out at the house. I kind of have forced myself to start playing video games. I don't think any of these things are particularly caused by living in North America. I enjoy something that is in every way the most American in the world. I do very much enjoy some ballistic therapy. I enjoy shooting firearms.
Yep. Who doesn't?
I'm not going to answer that question. It's 2020. Everyone's very sensitive.
And moving on. Question number 2.
Hey, Danny. What's good, man? It's Nate. I was just wondering if there's any plans for Asking Alexandria to do any virtual shows in the near future. Hope you're staying well.
Great question. It's hard to answer. I've done a couple, and the only reason Asking hasn't, and it's kind of been off the cards, is that we live at opposite sides of the country.
Right.
And obviously over an internet connection, there's a lag, so we couldn't physically do it. Now that flying's more of an option, and everyone's starting to open up again, he says, as Arizona gets its second wave.
Right.
That's where they live. That's the context of that. I'm going to go out there, and I know we're filming some stuff for some acoustic renditions that we're putting out. I would like to put together a live stream show, but I mean the nature of it, with it just not being me by myself, which I could do 14 a week, is we kind of need to rehearse because we've never done that.
Mm-hmm.
So it adds like a bunch of time where it's finding 2 weeks where I can go, or even a week, to go out there. We figure out the show and then put it together so we can put it out, so we can do it. It's not the easiest thing in the world. At some point, hopefully we don't have to. Hopefully touring starts again soon. But if it doesn't, we're definitely going to figure that out in one way or another.
Hey, Danny. I love the new CD. What are you looking forward to playing live the most?
To playing live, probably Anti-Socialist is going to be really good. Honestly, that whole record is a live one. I really want to play Give You Up because the way I envision that live in my head is crazy. And there's lights and pyro, and it's almost like a rave. I'm not a rave person. I've never been to a rave. So my idea of using the word rave could be completely wrong. What I assume originally, like a lot of strobes and lasers and stuff. I just feel like that song's going to be a lot of fun.
Hey, Martine and HooGie. It's your old pal, Red Cup Jeff. I have another question for Danny Worsnop. Well, it's actually his first question, but nonetheless. I want to know. He's supposed to be an expert on photography, and the thing that I need to know most, what everybody wants to know, which profile would he use? 1, or 2? That's it. That's my question for this week. This time. Next time. Till next time. Red Cup Jeff out.
I would go with the second one. The leading lines from the building along with his the angle of his arm. It's leading up nice. Go with the second.
Number 2. All right, a very important question that needed to be answered. So thank you for answering that.
Yeah, that's why I do this.
All right, our next question.
My question for Danny is, you have done so many different side projects for music, from We Are Harlot to 2 solo albums. So my question is, what's next?
I think I change up what I'm doing so much from record to record that kind of each solo record is its own thing, or could be its own thing. There was obviously, I did a country record, and then kind of a blues rock kind of one, and then this next one is like I have a full orchestra in it, and there's a lot of I bought a piano, so now there's piano and everything.
Nice.
I'm doing that thing where someone gets something and then that's all they do. I mean, yeah, I've had a few things I've thought of, and I think as is common with people in our line of work, we constantly spend a little too much time with each other, and it's like we should do a band. I think
late night decision.
Like that. Yeah, that thing when you first start out playing instruments when you're in high school and someone else plays an instrument, you're like, we should start a band. It'll be awesome. I don't think we ever grow out of that. We could be the biggest band in the world, and you still kind of meet other musicians, and yeah, we should do a band.
Yeah.
We could do it in my dad's garage. It's awesome. We'll do it in my mom's garage. She barely uses it since Dad moved out.
My cats have a room at my house. We can do it there.
Yeah. I could ask her real nice. She might let me.
And we have one more question. Let's get to it right now. It's from somebody that I think you know.
What's up, Danny? Eric from Shinedown. I was going to ask you what it's like being the whitest human being I know, but I figured that probably wasn't a very good question. So my question is this. As you've gotten older, has it become harder to keep your voice working in a higher register? And if so, how have you gone about keeping it in shape to do that? Because you always sound great in those higher registers, man. And I've heard the new record, and you weren't shy about using it. So let me know.
I was 100% convinced that was going to be Zach asking when I was coming to Brazil. I feel like I was right, man. Anytime I go live, that's what it does. Great question.
Great question.
honestly, if anything, my voice has gotten easier, and I think that's because I didn't know what I was doing. And like to be first, if I'm very, very honest with myself, and incredibly self-aware, I think probably the first 9 years I didn't know what I was doing, and I was damaging my voice a lot. Definitely the first 7 or 8, I was blowing my voice out all the time because I'm stubborn. I you'll never hear my wife say this unless you ask her or around her. But I'm very stubborn and I don't listen to advice. And I think I know everything. And time again, I'm proven wrong. But does it change me? Not even a little bit. And I blow my voice out all the time. And we got to a point where when it was coming to booking tours, it was like, okay, well, how many days do we want off? Like, what's our max for shows in a row? And I was like, I can't do more than 3 shows in a row, which is terribly unprofessional.
Yeah.
Especially when our show was like an hour and 15 minutes long. During which a good 30% of it is talking. Like,
right.
It was just bad stand-up. So since then, like, I mean, I look after my voice now. I haven't been a drinker for a while now, and I have a great vocal coach.
I thought that was it for our questions, but my son always likes to come in and ask a question, it seems, lately.
All right.
So my son, Aiden, would like... Aiden, do you want to ask the question?
What's up, Aiden?
Can you ask it? Okay, he wants to know... He gets very shy. He wants to know what your favorite animal is. That's his question.
Favorite animal. I can be incredibly specific with this. So I've had a few favorite animals over the years. As a kid, it was a tiger, and I liked killer whales. Tigers, I've always had something of an affinity with. They're lone animals. They're kind of by themselves. I've always been confused by lone wolf because they're pack animals. The lone wolves aren't a thing. Yeah. My favorite animal is specifically this guy.
Oh, look at that.
Oh.
That's Cowboy.
Nice. All right. Well, there you go, Aiden. You got your
dog.
Yep.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, there we go. The important questions were answered today with Danny Worsnop. So we're going to take another quick break, and we will wrap up coming up in just a couple minutes. Again, Danny Worsnop of Asking Alexandria joining us on the Mark and HooGie Show.
Visit us online at themarkandhoogieshow.com.
SIT Strings is celebrating 40 years. We believe that great tone starts with great strings. Manufactured in Akron, Ohio, we're a small but mighty company made up of guitar players, bass players, fathers, mothers, brothers, sisters, country music fans, metalheads, 80s rockers, and even the occasional jam band guy. Visit us online at sitstrings.com.
Support the Mark and HooGie Show by purchasing your very own Mark and HooGie Show merch. Shirts, hoodies, hats, coffee mugs, and even flip-flops. You know you want to walk all over them, just like their kids do. So head over to the merch page at themarkandhoogieshow.com today.
Prestige Guitars. We manufacture both solid and semi-hollow body electric guitars, bass guitars, and acoustics, using only the top components. Whether you're on stage, in the studio, or at home, Prestige Guitars will ensure that you sound, feel, and look the best each and every time you pick it up. Check out our new custom shop online at prestigeguitars.com. DeanBlundell.com is Canada's premier blog and podcast network. Our unique group of broadcasters, athletes, writers, and production specialists cover platforms that range from music, sports, radio and television, marketing, self-help, and even comedy. 11 podcasts, over 20 bloggers. Pure content madness. Check it out for yourself at DeanBlundell.com.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Adam Gontier from St. Asonia, and you're watching The Mark and HooGie Show.
Hey, it's The Mark and HooGie Show. Danny Worsnop of Asking Alexandria is our guest today. And so, dude, again, the new Asking album is out. You said earlier on the show you're going to be working on some new Harlot stuff. Obviously, I think you're always working on your solo stuff. But, you know, you've even booked a show already and canceled the show, it sounds like.
Last night I got an email, and we'd already spoken. It was like the crazies finally starting to hit us touring folk, where it was nice to have some time off for once. And now it's like, okay, enough's enough. I want to get back out on the road. I've now missed 3 tours that I was supposed to be doing, so I'm feeling it now. I'm starting to get the blues. So I got an email through from a venue I love playing at. Who I'm not going to mention them because this isn't to do with them, and I don't want them to get I don't want them to get any bad press because of this.
Yeah,
it's not on them. But they hit me and they were like, "Hey, a show July 10th. They're in Texas. Texas is now open up. They're allowing shows. Do you want to play it?" And I was like, Absolutely. Like, I've worked with them a lot of times. They already know all my numbers and what I need to get there. So they're like, you're good. Just, do you want to do it? I was like, yes, 1,000%. They're like, okay, we want to get it up and announced as quick as possible because it's in like 2 weeks.
Right.
So I was like, yeah, throw it up now. Throw it up now. So we put it up. I laid my head down to bed. I saw the story come in from them. I just posted my story. Didn't even look. It's Ben Bruce and Diony Spoda, Asking's manager, and they're texting me frantically. And I look at my phone. I'd missed the call, but I looked at it, and there was like 20 some texts from both of them on a thread. I'm like, well, this must have something down. And they're both like, hey, why are you doing the show? What is wrong with you? And all of a sudden, I'm like, what am I doing? I'm not doing the show. Like, it's fine. I'd done no research at all as to what this show was or who this show was with. Are you familiar with an artist called David Allan Coe?
David Allan Coe, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Little about his history, of which I was completely oblivious. Incredibly racist.
Oh, yeah.
Phenomenally racist.
Like,
that was
stars on everything. Yeah.
Yep. Maybe 2 hours. Hopefully less. I didn't look at the clock, but I was like, I'm not doing this show.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know why you asked me, but I'm out. Count me out. So I got too excited about playing a show. So I went and confirmed it without doing any reading at all. I went back and looked at the email, said his name, but I didn't know. I wasn't familiar with him, so I didn't mean anything to me. I was like, I don't care who it is. I just want to play a show.
Yep.
And a bunch of people online were like, you're a pussy. Like it doesn't matter who else is on the show. The message isn't your message. And I was like, you wouldn't be saying it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
that's a great
one. Well then, look at you can never stay out of trouble, Danny. You're always getting yourself into trouble.
I'm trying desperately,
even in quarantine.
Yeah. Oh geez. Well, thanks, man. We appreciate you joining us on the show, and hopefully we'll be able to see you guys out on tour sooner rather than later. Fingers crossed.
Thank you for tuning in. It was a good one.
Awesome. There you go. Danny Worsnop, Asking Alexandria. And make sure to download the new album, Like a House on Fire, if you have not already, because, we need to support our bands and buy lots of merchandise. Lots and lots of merchandise.
All of it.
Yeah.
All of it.
It's the Mark and HooGie Show. Thanks for tuning in.
The Mark and HooGie Show. Visit us online at themarkandhoogieshow.com.